days of NIO, NIO CEO went to America to observe the battery swap company called The Better Place.
做换电失败了呀，失败的这家公司叫 The Better Place。那时候我专门去美国见了他们的早期的创业团队。
And analyze why that company failed.
他就看了看他们的遗址啊，就是有些换电站的遗址，我来搞清楚他为什么失败。
And he talked about how the founding of The Better Place was done when oil prices were around 100.
他的初心是油价$100的时候，他觉得换电能挣大钱。
And the company, The Better Place, thought that they could earn a lot of money.
所以他那个换电确实就不能通，这个换电站投入也非常大，占地也非常大，和这个加油站一样。
So they built a big battery swap station that's the size of a gasoline gas station, just massive.
你一个城市建一个换电站有什么用呢？
And they put one in the middle of the city. However, they failed because it was too far from a lot of people.
你用户去这个换电站时间太长了，不方便。
And there was only one in that city, and it was just not feasible for people to drive 10 kilometers just for a battery swap.
所以，我们一开始的逻辑就是分布式的，所以我的换电站占3到4个车位大小，很快就能部署完。
So NIO's strategy all along was to make it small and accessible and have it all over the place, only taking up 3 to 4 parking spots. So it's actually even smaller in terms of footprint compared to charging stations and gasoline stations. So you're really able to put these at places where you might not even be able to put charging stations. And then he wanted to remind everybody that there was a Tesla that drove 1 million kilometers.
有一辆特斯拉开了100多万公里。
But the battery had to be replaced 3 times, according to the CEO.
但他已经换过3块电池，每20-30万公里就得换1块电池啊！你不换的话，特斯拉都要求你换。
Because Tesla's battery only lasts you about 160,000 kilometers.
是不是？因为它只对16万公里，这个去70%的这个去做这个质量保障。
And Tesla wants you to replace the battery every 160,000 kilometers.
那很多人很快就开到了16万公里啊，那再往后开。
And he said, NIO CEO said, that 160,000 kilometers is very easy for just normal customers to reach.
那么未来呢，我们当然是通过这个算法去做均衡啊，因为它是换电可以流通的。
And of course, he said, with NIO, you won't ever encounter this problem.
我们可以去做均衡，保证每一个电池都能够满足健康的这个使用状态。
Because with swapping, the batteries are always in the whole entire swap ecosystem. It's being health checked, and then bad batteries are being recycled out, and there's constantly newer batteries added to the ecosystem. And every day, there's regular maintenance work on the batteries themselves.
Or you have the choice of a battery pack swap, which is faster than you can fill a gas tank.
So famously, back in 2013, Elon Musk actually supported battery swap on the Model S and was able to demonstrate a battery swap for the Model S in as little as 1 minute and 33 seconds, which was absolutely amazing. And he demoed it next to a Audi filling up with gas, and it just blew everybody away at the speed of it. But why did Tesla give up battery swap, which is the main important question? So apparently Tesla's battery swap was based on a version of Better Place's battery swap system. And a Tesla spokesperson said the company believes electric vehicle charging is the best way to power its vehicles, and that battery swapping is riddled with problems and not suitable for wide-scale use. And also with critics following up with the design of each automaker's batteries is deeply entwined with unique vehicle architecture. None are designed for one-size-fits-all or easy removal and reinstallation. Putting aside the impracticality of storing and servicing thousands of batteries at each station, mind you, the very notion of battery swapping sidesteps the actual solutions for range anxiety, high battery densities, and quick charging. So it's all actually just an excuse about execution. They think it's too much of a hassle to execute and maintain all these swap stations, which, mind you, they do require quite a bit of maintenance. charging is definitely much easier to do than battery swapping at scale. However, I feel like this has more to do with actual precision than just being difficult, because if you look at NIO's battery swap, the probability of encountering an error is fairly low, very, very low. And in Tesla's perspective, and this was back in 2013, they probably did not think that they could positively achieve a very high success rate with battery swap and could encounter lots of swap jammings and swapping just not working, etc. So they gave up on the whole idea. And with the amount of panel gaps that Tesla has, I wouldn't feel very safe if Tesla did battery swap, just throwing a little bit of salt at the wound. We've really talked about this in the past with how buses in Baoding in China have stopped operating because of aging batteries becoming a safety hazard, a potential hazard for people that could possibly burn up and do damage and cause harm. And because of that, they have to replace the batteries, but it's too expensive and the bus company can't afford it, so the bus company stopped. And of course, with NIO, you don't have any such problems. And right now, with more than 1,700 swap stations, I would solidly say that NIO is succeeding in terms of the swap game. And also because as the swap stations grow, and these are sort of like, think about it as dedicated gas stations to your car. Imagine having gas stations that can only give gas to you. That is just how amazing this thing is. And there's a very important phrase I want you guys to remember, and this is the phrase called 电区房, which means a swap station within a 3-kilometer radius of where you live. And from NIO's statistics, they've gotten about 80% of people's residences to become 电区房, which just means for 80% of people, there's a swap station within 3 kilometers. That is very, very important, making it more convenient for people to go and get a swap. And of course, we talked about this is NIO's moat. As this grows, as there's more and more swap stations, the ease of swapping becomes more and more prominent, and customers pretty much are funneled towards buying a NIO. So I would say that NIO is succeeding very well in the swap game, and the future is very, very bright. And they're just pumping swap stations like crazy right now. Absolutely insane. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, peace out.